aka the Boxing Purist. Welcome to the Truth and Absolute channel, where I speak the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me, good God Almighty. All right, we're gonna wait till a few people to get in, and let's just call this an open mic night tonight, man. Not one discussion we're gonna talk about. We'll be all over the place with it. Y'all ask me questions, bring up certain topics, certain fights, fantasy fights. We're gonna speak about all of them. Make sure you join the live. Make sure that you're in here. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm excited for this one. Y'all. Make sure to tell a friend. Body Bags. What's good, brother, man? How you doing, brother? How you been? Whoever hit that like button, appreciate you. How is everybody doing? Man? It's been an okay week in boxing, man. We got news on big fights coming in early May. We seen Teofimo Lopez salsa dancing. We seen the ongoing drama between Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn. We saw Edgar Berlanga miss weight. We saw Devin Haney and the People's Champ Gabe Rosado go on it at X. I mean, you know, there's some news out there. Man. Let's talk about all about it, man. All about it. Rex, get down. Telling you, my dog, as soon as he sees me go live, Rex, get down. Come on, get down. This fool sees me go live and he wants to hop right on the dang couch, man. You believe this guy? Stop it. Lay down right here. This guy's out of his mind, bro. And my dog, man, I'm telling you, man, Rex, get down. Come on. You guys want a dog? Anybody want a dog? I'll send him, man, on the airplane. Let me do this again, man, because last time it did this as soon as we started, man. I started with stop. Hold on, let me do this again. All right, there we go. Should be going running now. Who we got in here? We got Body Bags. We got Eddie Sands. Who else do we got in here today? Tonight, rather. Let's go. Now, let's talk a little bit about the Gabe Rosado and Devin Haney little Twitter war going on, little X war going on. You know, it's funny to me, man, because to my understanding, when I was looking up the situation, it seems that all Gabe Rosado did was say that Jose Ramirez is not the right opponent for Devin Haney at this particular time in his career, trying to get a rematch with Ryan Garcia. Hold on, y'all. This seems to be frozen. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. Hold on, y'all. I don't know what it does. There we go. Yeah, Eddie, so what's good, Mike Trades? What's going on? Yeah, so I guess the only thing that Gabe said, and this is the thing about Gabe Rosado, man. Gabe Rosado is not a hater. Gabe Rosado is a pretty likable dude. That's the reason I call him the People's Champion, right? Now, I guess that he said that Jose Ramirez was not the best choice for Devin Haney as a comeback fight after the long layoff, after the fight with Ryan Garcia, where he took a beating. Right? Let's not get into the Osterine salt shaker. Let's not get into none of that. He took a beating regardless of what happened. So Jose Ramirez is not he's not your guy to come back to look good against. He's not a warm-up type of guy. You know, he is a game fighter, and he's coming to win. Now, let me tell you, I once upon a time thought that in order for them to make the rematch, Devin had to get past Jose Ramirez, Ryan Garcia had to get past Rolly. But by the sounds of it, the rematches between those guys is happening either way. So what does that tell me? This is a tune-up, win or lose, they're going to get this fight, okay? That's the only thing that Gabe Rosado said, but, you know, Mr. Sensitive Ears, Devin Haney over there, did not quite like that. So what does he do? He starts bringing up Gabe Rosado's record. He starts saying that he's never been a champion. He starts going off on Gabe Rosado, and, you know, this is a perfect example of something. Devin Haney, while he is no punk, right? Well, he acts like one outside the ring, but you guys know what I'm trying to say. You know, the guy can box, man. He's fought some great fighters inside the ring, all of the above, right? Devin Haney today is still known as like the paper champion, right? The legal champion. Unfortunately, it's hard for a lot of us to take him serious. Then you got Gabe Rosado. Now, if you don't know Gabe Rosado's record and you just seen the fights that he's been in, I'll be real with y'all. He's lost most of his big fights that he's ever had, what you could call a big fight. But there's a difference. Gabe Rosado is such a warrior that even when he loses, you applaud him because you see that he's in that ring and he's giving it his all. He's giving it his all. What do I mean by that? Not just by the old saying, oh, yo, he left on his shield, he fought till he couldn't no more. No, inside that ring, everything that the man is able to do physically, everything that he knows skill-wise, everything that he knows as far as his own craft, he delivers it inside the ring. A lot of the times it didn't pay off for him, whatever. He's the people's champion. If he fought tomorrow, I'd be there willing to see him fight because Gabe Rosado is that guy calling the people's champion. You want to talk about Devin Haney? Now, Devin Haney, again, I like the way Devin fights. You know what I'm saying? I like the way Devin fights. The only problem is the way that Devin Haney moves outside of the ring. Outside of the ring, he is not the most likable guy. He is not a fan favorite because of the way that he moves, right? The lawsuits, the talking that he does, all that kind of stuff, man. It does not rub people the right way. So although Gabe, yeah, he does have all those losses, he does have all this, I'll tell you like this, man, he's the people's champion. That's Haney's problem. He needs to pay more attention to his opponent rather than social media. I agree. Rex, get over here. Rex, come on. Get over here. Rex, get down. Come on. This fool's being... Nah, I'm going to keep my hand on you now. And that was so clean how he set it up, man. I remember when he fought Jaime Munguia, he was constantly trying to set up that same right hand. He was trying to wheel him in, kind of fish him in, and catch him with that right hand. And he was really close to catching Jaime Munguia with that same shot. It didn't happen, but, Gabe is a warrior, man. Gabe is a warrior, man. It was really sweet how he set that right hand up, though, for sure. So who's watching the Edgar Berlanga fight tomorrow, man? Edgar Berlanga tomorrow, he got his fight. I guess Edgar Berlanga missed weight. He came in about a pound and 6 ounces or something, a pound and 6 ounces overweight. He came in at 169.4 or something like that. Eddie says Gabe been in movies while Haney's giving out lawsuits. And going back to that presser, man, Devin Haney is... I don't know if he's ready mentally, man. I'll be real with you guys. I don't know if he's ready mentally to step inside that ring and do what he does again. It's not going to be as easy this time, I'll tell you. The Kid, what's going on, good sir? Welcome to the live, my man. I don't remember you being here, but welcome. Yeah, let's talk about it, bro. What do I feel about the Lamont Roach Gervonta Davis fight? So I'm going to tell you exactly what I thought about it, man. I'll be honest with you. I did not give Lamont Roach more than a puncher's chance heading into that fight. I did not give Roach his due credit. I figured that he was going to get in there with Gervonta Tank Davis, and sooner or later it was going to be a Tank Davis fight where he just gets him out of there. Because he was coming up from 130 to 135, because we know that Tank could punch, because we knew that Lamont on record does not show that he has great power, I figured he was going to run through him. Well, in the fight itself, it clearly showed, man, that Lamont and Tank, the fact that they were both familiar with each other, obviously played into the fight quite a bit. And what do I mean by that is that Tank Davis, for whatever reason, knew that he could just not jump in there and do what he wanted with Lamont, because although they've had sparring sessions, although they fought in the amateurs, although they're familiar with each other, it's always been with headgear. It's never been without the protective gear, right? So in this fight, I felt that Lamont Roach stood his ground and made it uncomfortable for Tank. Now, he didn't beat Tank Davis in the sense of, okay, you got to do a lot more to beat the champion. I agree with that whole scenario where you got to take it from the champion. You got to beat the champion, right? If it was just a fight without a belt, I'd give it to Lamont Roach, right? I'd give it to Lamont Roach all day. This is without the knockdown I'm talking about. This is without the knockdown, okay? Well, it's called the knockdown. I'll give it to Lamont Roach. But because it was a champion and Tank Davis, I'm not mad at the draw. However, when you take the knee that Tank Davis took into consideration and you consider what the scorecards would have looked like without that, Lamont Roach obviously gets the nod. But again, man, it's beating the champion is what saved Tank Davis' life, not literally his life. But it's PBC, man. You know what I'm saying? But to answer your question, the kid, I thought that Roach performed very, very well. You know what I'm saying? I thought that he bullied the bully in a sense. And I mean, I'm a fan now, man. I think that his stock grew quite a bit, man. So the fight itself was a good fight. I did not expect the fight to look like that. I thought it was going to be, like I said, normal Tank fashion. But, you know, no complaints on that. But yeah, it's really unfortunate how it had to happen. Now, if you take into consideration the time that Tank Davis threw that shoulder and hit Lamont Roach, right? If you take that, that should have been an instant point. If you want to put that and you want to put the knockdown when Tank, you know, willingly took a knee, now you got a very unanimous win. But again, it's beating the champion, taking the belt from the champion. So I know I was kind of all over the place with it, man, but I'm with you. I'm with you on that. The kid, what did you think about the fight? What did you think about the fight before going into it? Did you think it was just going to be a normal Tank Davis? Joe's the man. What up, bro? What do I think about the Berlanga fight? I'll be watching it. I'll definitely be watching it. I'm just so confused that Berlanga's fighting on that card. I should have been paying more attention. Is he still with Matchroom? Is he still with Eddie Hearn? What happened? It feels like he was, 1 minute he's fighting Canelo Alvarez with Eddie Hearn in Matchroom. The next he's, I don't even know who's promoting this event. I'll definitely be watching it. I know he missed weight and all that, but I really don't know. The kid said, I think it was a cherry pick, maybe went wrong. I mean, that's what a lot of people are saying, the kid. That's what a lot of people are saying, man. At this point, I don't want to call Lamont a cherry pick, but if you think about the way that Tank Davis moves, if you think about the people he's fought in the past, and if you follow the pattern, let's not call it a cherry pick. Let's just call it a typical Tank Davis opponent. Frank the Tank. Dude going up against Berlanga, stomach looks like Menudo. And I'm not really familiar with that dude, man. The dude must have been really big at one point, bro. Eddie Sense, I think Berlanga's still on that Canelo fight, on that Canelo high. He don't even know what he's doing in this fight. It's funny, man. I was at work and I was talking about that with a buddy. I was talking about the Berlanga and the Canelo effect that he had on him. I mean, I would have thought Edgar Berlanga, after he fought Canelo Alvarez, if he was truly trying to make a name in the game, if he was truly shooting for legacy, I feel like he should have already been in the ring because, let me see. The Canelo fight was last September, right? So that is 1, 2, 3, it's almost 6 months after. I would have thought that Edgar Berlanga would have already had a fight by now, But, if you see him on the social media, Edgar Berlanga, he's been living large, man. He's been living large. He's been buying things. He's been doing things. He's been flossing. He's been having a good time. He earned his money, right? But it did not quite seem like his number one focus was boxing anymore. But we'll see tomorrow how he looks inside that ring because the guy he's fighting, again, has nothing to lose, man. Has nothing to lose. The kid, do I think that the rematch between Lamont and Tank will happen? I do think it'll happen because now, we're no longer going to look at that fight like a cherry pick. Now we're going to say, no, this is a real Tank opponent. And Tank knows that. His handler's like that, to be honest with you. But if I'm Lamont Roach, I say the hell with the rematch. I'm going to use this little fame that I got and go make other fights. Keyshawn Davis, Shakur Stevenson, whoever. Oh, yeah, I did see that, Body Bags. I did see that, man. Eddie Sense, he looked like he's shopping with Canelo's credit card. Yeah, the boy's just living large. I've seen about 3 different fur coats. His little boy, I get a kick out of him, man. He went in there today with the boxing gloves, looking like a straight Islamic terrorist, covered from head to toe, man. The Canelo payday. It's such a scary thing in the sport now, man. That big old payday that you get on those fights because it's crazy to think that those paydays separate the great from, let's see, the great fighters from the good fighters, right? Great fighters get a payday and they're not quite convinced yet. They're not happy yet. They want to continue to build legacy. They want to be right back in the gym after a loss. You know, they got that Kobe Bryant mentality. They got that Canelo, Floyd Mayweather, that winner's mentality. We're like, yeah, I made the bag, but I'm trying to get big in the sport. I'm trying to be remembered like Troy, you know, remember my name. But those paydays, man, I could only think, bro, it's crazy. You all of a sudden come up on 10 million, bro? Like, how would we react? Christopher the Prophet, welcome, bro. Let this sink in. Truth. If Tank beats Roach next, which I do not expect him to, his next fight is going to be Jake Paul. You know, I've been ignoring, Christopher, I've been ignoring that topic. I do not want to see that, bro. I do not want to see Tank Davis fight Jake Paul. He is not in that stage in his career yet. You do that after you retire and you're done, right? Unless you're just trying to make money. The Kid. I don't know much about boxing nowadays, but I keep hearing a lot about this Turki Al-Sheikh guy. Do I think he's good for the sport? I'm glad that you brought it up, The Kid, and not me. So this is my take on Turkish Al-Sheikh, right? They keep saying it, that he's such a boxing fan. He's such a big boxing fan. Turkish Al-Sheikh does not tell me one second, Frank. Turkish Al-Sheikh, man. This is the thing about Turkey, man. Turkey is not, he has money, don't get me wrong, but Turkey, and he said it himself, man, that it's his country. It's Saudi Arabia that's doing all this stuff. The UFC, the WWE, the boxing now. I guess that they want to make an event that's WWE, UFC, and boxing all in one, like make it a humongous event. I don't see him as a huge boxing fan, and you could kind of see with the matchups that he makes, you know, he's making big stars fight each other. He's good for the sport of boxing, man, to not go on a tangent here. He's good for the sport of boxing. Ultimately, I don't think that the Saudi influence is going to be good in the States in years to come. That's my take. Why are they all scared of Benavidez? If he is not a good boxer, they saying, I mean, take the man's Alex Lavas, who's scared of Benavidez, bro? Frank the Tank, off subject. I want the back history with the Ninja Turtle Tough you got in the bag. Oh man, Frank the Tank, man. The Ninja Turtles, that's just that's my stuff right there, bro. That's my, as a kid, man. TJR, what up? That's just my thing as a kid, bro. I've always been a huge Ninja Turtle fan as a kid, bro. You know, I was born in 86, man, so I've been Ninja Turtled out for a long time. Even here, I'll show you really quick. I'll show you on my bike one of these days, bro. I got it's a big BMX bike, but it's kind of Ninja Turtled out. I have to show it to you on the next ones, man. Yeah, you know, the Saudi influence, man, it just depends on what starts happening, bro. Oh yeah, The Kid, absolutely, bro. It just depends, man, because to me it feels like, you know, they're buying up the entertainment industry in the sports wise, right? They're taking all these big things. Right now it's this, man, but what happens when it's basketball? What happens when it's these other things? I feel like they're just trying to have a Saudi influence here on the some Saudi influence here in the US, if you ask me. Like this event in Times Square, and I know that we want to live in a world where, you know, we're just like, no, man, he just wants to bring the sport back. You know, I'm talking about this with a friend the other day, and we're talking about the event in Times Square because listen, man, listen. There is no such thing as a free lunch, right? So when you're packing up a card like the Fatal Fury card that's happening in Times Square, when you got Ryan, you got Rolly, you got Devin, you got Tio, you got Jose, you got Arnold Barboza, right? And it's a free event for the fans? Bro, let me just tell you something, man. I don't know what each fighter is making. I don't know what it costs to make an event in Times Square. I don't know what it costs for all the security. I don't know what it costs for all the permits, the licensing, the people to set up the stuff around there. I have no idea. What I will say, it's probably somewhere north of 100 million. North of 100 million. Now, let's just say it's a DAZN event where they charge us $25 to watch it. Okay. Do the math and think how many people would have to order that fight just to make their money back, not even to make a profit. The fact is, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But somehow they're going to have just people coming in all over and make it a free event. because they care about the sport of boxing that much. I would love to think that's the truth, bro, but that's just not it, man. They're not preaching the gospel out there where they want to spread good news. It's a boxing match, which I think is dope. I would attend it. I think it's super awesome, by all means. But I don't know, man. This is just what I think, man, and y'all could think what you want with it. You know, Times Square has a bunch of screens all over the place, right? All over the place, man. To them, it's a big deal to be waving the Saudi Arabia flag here in the United States of America. It's a huge thing for them to be waving that flag all over the place. As you hear when they do an event, man, they start shouting out their imams, which translates to like a pastor. They start shouting out their mosques, which translates into a church. You know what I'm saying? Joaquin, what's good, bro? So we don't do that in the States, right? You don't see a boxing event, you know, being launched here and telling everybody to honor the pastor of this church or to honor this church. We don't have it like that here. This is the United States. It's a free country. But under their rule in Saudi, man, it's a big thing. That's why when you see events over there, there's no one drinking alcohol. There's no one doing none of that because they don't allow it. What's my favorite boxing game? I got to say Fight Night Champion, bro. Fight Night Champion. What's up, Miguel? Uncle Phil was the shredder. Oh, yeah, bro. Ain't nothing like the classic Ninja Turtles, bro. Ain't nothing like the classic ones. This new one that came out, I forget what it's called. It's all right. The artwork's okay, but there's nothing like the cool teenagers eating pizza, bro. Let me tell you. And the original movies, man, oh. Fight Night Round 4 was dope, but I'm definitely a Fight Night Champion guy, bro. Now, which ones of you here, just because I don't know the age of you guys, which one of y'all is familiar with the original? And I'm talking about Punch-Out. I was in the U.S. Marines with the first Ninja Turtles. Oh, man. OG Anthony, my goodness, man. Thank you for your service, bro. Oh, Eddie, you remember Punch-Out, huh? Dog, it's funny, man. I think I told y'all before, I got my son one of them little throwback things that you could load all kinds of games on it. And I played Fight Night, man, and I was fighting the Raging Bull. Damn, I was getting pissed off with him and the Hippo. Remember, man, this game is not like your traditional boxing game, bro, where you actually box. This one had tactics to it. Oh, my gosh, you need all the patience in the world, man, because you could lose and go back to the beginning like the old school games used to be. So check it out, Joaquin. On this version, it's not the Mike Tyson version. This one that I got on my son's little system, man, it's the one with Mr. Dream at the end. I still haven't made it to him, to be honest with y'all. I get mad and I turn the game off, bro. Y'all remember the other ones like on Sega Genesis, man? The greatest heavyweights and all that? FRCB, do I know how much the Ryan Garcia Canelo pay-per-view? The Canelo one, there'll probably be about $26.99. Although I have a feeling, man, that because it's going to be a fight on Friday, a fight on Saturday, and a fight on Sunday, because I think Inoue is fighting Sunday. I'm sure they're going to do something where it's like $69.99 and you get all the fights for that weekend. Sandman was a pain too, bro. Yo, Frank, you got the original action figures? Canelo is always going to be $89.99. I don't know in Saudi, man. I don't know. Let's see, man. I don't know. They can ask for that, Eddie, but we'll see, man. How do I think Tank is going to do with Eddie? What do you mean, man? Is he under Matchroom? Or what do you mean? El Chimi, what up? Christopher, what are your thoughts on Hadiet Herrera? Facts only, what's good, bro? The Kid, do I think that pay-per-view should still be a thing for fights? Yeah, absolutely, man. The only thing is they can't make every single thing. Oh, with Eddie Reynoso. I think he's gonna be good for Tio, bro. I think it's gonna be for Tio. Let me see. Yeah, the Kid, I was saying though, yeah, the thing is they need to set up good fights for these pay-per-views, bro. They can't. I mean, you got the Canelo fights, which are the Canelo fights. That's just a part of history right now, man. But PBC is what really kind of tanked the pay-per-view market, man, because they were making pay-per-views out of every damn thing. TJR, we were just talking about that earlier. I don't understand what happened with Edgar Berlanga, bro. Why he went from a pay-per-view to an undercard and a pretty quiet card as well. To be honest with you, bro, to kind of quiet. I don't know what the deal with that is. You know, I just hope that Berlanga is still hungry. I hope that he's still trying to set a legacy and do all that good stuff, man. Berlanga has the potential, man. He just needs to realize that he may be a star in boxing just because of how the boxing world works now, but he has not earned his stripes to be carrying himself the way that he has lately. Yeah, it's a stay busy fight for Berlanga. Hopefully next it's, Caleb Plant. I mean, somebody, He needs to leave Fat Joe. I agree. Well, hey, but you know what, Eddie? Fat Joe will drop him as long as soon as he's not popular anymore by the sounds of how Fat Joe is. You know which fight I'm pretty excited for, fellas? I'm excited for that Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn. That is bad blood, bro. That is bad blood. I'm excited to watch that one. What do you guys think about Ryan Garcia not training with Eddie Reynoso, man? Truth, do you have any advice for anyone trying to start boxing? The only advice I could give to anybody, the kid, for boxing is go to a gym, right? And go to a coach that's an honest coach. Because, and the reason I say this is because, in the boxing gym, yeah, keep your hands up for sure at all times, but make sure that you got an honest coach that's going to tell you, yo, let's carry on, let's do this, or is simply going to tell you, this is not for you. I've seen fighters professionally, man, that somebody should have told them this sport is not for you. Not because they weren't good, just because if you're not dedicated, man, to the sport, if you're not obsessed with the sport of boxing and you're trying to take it to a professional level, you could wound up getting hurt. Forget the other stuff. If you get if you lose, you get knocked out, whatever, that's nothing, man. You could literally get hurt in doing so. You know what I'm saying? It's not a game. If you're not 100% committed, you need a coach to tell you that from the get-go. Not just see, a potential and I could go somewhere with this kid. No, an honest coach is what I would say, bro. Start at your basics and work yourself up for sure. Like, I'll be real, man. Like, listen to the coaches. Absolutely. I'll be real, man. I got 2 sons. And for a while there, I floated with the idea of, maybe they will want to, maybe they won't, so when they were younger, a little bit younger, I was like, okay, let me try to start them at this. But quickly I saw that it was not 100% their interest. When you see kids boxing at 5 years old and you just see that hunger in their eyes, they sleep with their gloves, they want to be running, they want to be practicing, cool. But if you're just, bringing it on somebody or yourself because you kind of like the idea, no, man, it has to be an obsession when it comes to boxing. You don't want to get hurt. You're leaning towards Chris Eubank. He definitely has the size, man. But I don't know, man. Ben is a dog, though, bro. Conor Benn is just a dog. Fighters are born, not made. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with that statement, Anthony. Yeah, don't live through your kids. If it's not their passion, don't force it on them. But with Ryan Garcia, man, it's crazy because his dad is going to train him and then he brought somebody else in, but they made it a thing to say for the Rolly fight. So I don't know if once the fight with Devin comes into play, he's going to use somebody else. I'd like to know why Ryan Garcia did not stay with Eddie Reynoso in the Canelo camp. Who knows why? But you also got to remember, man, they got Jesus. They got, Jaime Munguia, they got Canelo, they got Teofimo, they got Oscar Valdez, they got Frank Sanchez, they got a huge roster right now, and maybe they wanted someone that could be a little bit more dedicated to Ryan only, you know? The Martin. What do you think about Turkey backpedaling now, saying his league isn't going to bury rival promotions? Martin, Turkey Al-Ashik, man, is one hard individual to figure out, man. To be honest with you, man. He's one, he's going to say all the right things just like he makes all the right fights, bro. The thing with Turkish Al-Ashik, to be honest with you. He's just not a boxing fan, man. He's just not a boxing guy. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it's weird that he went with Dana White to start this whole TKO boxing thing. You know, Dana White is a UFC guy. He's a mixed martial art guy, which is cool. But I think there's other people that you could have used to start something like that that would match the script a little bit better. Ryan ain't dedicated to real trainers. Yeah, I mean, it could be that. We know that Ryan kind of liked to do stuff his own way for sure. That's why I was saying to Kid that Dana White is pretty much going to be the face of this whole TKO boxing promotions that they're going to do. Drinking a coffee, I just had me a Bubele. Sparkling water, man. Cheers to you, man. Salute. What do y'all think about Tio salsa dancing, man? You know, Tio used to rub me the wrong way. Teofimo Lopez Lomachenko, he would rub me the wrong way because the guy would talk like a big dog, move like a big dog, and he hadn't done nothing in the sport, right? But the guy makes me laugh. After he fought, you know, Lomachenko and all that, you know, he grew on to me. I like Tio. He says some out of this world stuff, but he's entertaining. He reminds me of like a modern day Hector Macho Camacho, man. Yeah, and I mean, Miguel, and honestly, man, I think Loma could have started a lot. Oh, Frank, all day. I think that Loma could have gotten an earlier start, you know what I'm saying, in that fight. But nonetheless, man, you know, Teofimo beat him, man. Loma showed him way too much respect early in that fight, for sure. What do y'all think about who was it that ordered the Usyk to defend against Joseph Parker? That's a no-brainer. They got to make that fight. Oh, the Kid, you're about to open up a can of worms with that question, bro. Oh, the WBO. What up, JJVF? My favorite all-time boxer is Andre SOG Ward. Roberto Duran. Hey, yeah, you guys type in your favorite fighters. I don't even know if I've ever asked that. Just drop it in the comment section. I want to know who your all-time favorite fighters are, if you have one. I know it's hard to choose. Let me see. Tito Trinidad, Dog, Roy Jones, Matthew Mack. Oh, Matthew Franklin. My bad. I thought it was Canelo Alvarez. Let me see what else? There's 21 people in here. Type in your favorite all-time boxers. Salvador Sanchez, Caleb Plant, Mike Tyson. All right. I like this. Okay. Salvador Sanchez. 2 for Salvador Sanchez. Pac-Man, Duran, and Prince Nassim. Nassim was an entertainer too. Chavez. Okay. We got 20 people in here. Make sure that y'all hit that like button, man. It makes the live move. I'm from Oakland. I always thought Ward was boring and a dirty fighter. Like he ducked Adonis Stevenson at 60. I don't think he deducted Adonis Stevenson, man. Yeah, Andre Ward is my boy, though, man. Andre is my guy, man. Juan Manuel Marquez. All right. You guys like some good fighters, man. I agree, y'all. I mean, you guys got some good fighters in here. Let me see. Frank the Prophet. Where would you rank Shakur's defense all time among the best defensive fighters? It's hard to say, man, because everyone that you named there, Floyd, Purnell, and Andre Ward, they faced such high level of opposition that Shakur Stevenson has not quite fought yet. So it's really hard to tell, to be honest with you. Who was my fave before Andre Ward? I don't, before Andre Ward, man, I don't think I had an absolute favorite, bro. I grew up, watching the likes of, of De La Hoya, Tito Trinidad, Mike Tyson, Chavez, Camacho. I grew up in that whole era, so it wasn't. I didn't have one favorite. Andre Ward later is when he became my favorite. Do you consider Ward a great defensive fighter? Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. The thing with Andre Ward, man, is that he would get hit at times, but that's because Andre Ward in the ring, he would bang with you, he would do all of the above. No, he did not duck Triple G, bro. And I followed that story really closely because I was praying to God that Ward would fight Triple G, because this was when Triple G was at his beast mode. This is when Triple G was knocking out everybody, man. And there was actually a time when Triple G said that he would move up to super middleweight to face either Carl Froch or Chavez Jr. When faced, if he would jump up to face Andre Ward, he said that he would meet him at a catchweight at 164. Yeah, I think Ward would have destroyed Triple G, man. Andre Ward, and this is the thing, man, because often people say that he was a dirty fighter, man. Dirty fighter, but this is the thing with Andre. He kind of has that Bernard Hopkins, man, and I've said this before, man, on this side of the line, you got a clean fighter. On this side, you got a dirty fighter. Andre Ward could be right here, where it wasn't what you would call the cleanest, but it wasn't a dirty tactic. You know what I mean? Who is the most entertaining fighters? Oh man, we got a lot of those, man. It also depends on what a lot of people entertaining is straight knockout artists, and to some it's just really good boxers. And some guys, it's dudes that are not necessarily Mike Tyson's, but they're like, Trinidad's, De La Hoya's, where they could hit you with that left hook at any given time and end a fight. Prince Nazim was entertaining inside and outside the ring for sure. For the Tank and Roach rematch, Lamont should come out the ring rocking the viral Tank song, I Just Got My Head Done Today. Do I have Mike Tyson on my Mount Rushmore? Oh, man, that's a really good question, bro. I have to get back to you on that one, dude. Wow. Let me see. Pac-Man was very entertaining. Let me tell you guys something, man. Pacquiao, I don't take nothing away from Pac-Man. I think that he's an all-time great. I think that he accomplished great things inside the ring. He had great knockouts. He had angles. He had it all. Speed like crazy. I was just never a humongous Pac-Man fan. There was something about Pacquiao's style, man. It's so athletic, so strong, so quick, so everything. But I don't know, maybe I'm being biased when I say it didn't look as traditional boxing as I'm used to seeing, or that I have as a preference. So I was never a huge Manny Pacquiao guy, to keep it 100 with you guys. Don't take anything from him. I don't take absolutely anything from him. I just wasn't like, when that whole Pac-Man era was going on, I was convinced, but I wasn't a fan. Let's just say that. Do I think the Pacquiao-Mayweather fight happened too late? Yeah, it definitely happened way too late, and I think a lot of that was to do with Floyd Mayweather. I will say this, that I think if they would have fought early, later, whatever, I think Floyd would have beat him regardless. But yeah, I think Floyd did fight him a little bit too late. Eddie said, yeah, you're a hater. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree, Christopher, on that. I agree. Yeah, Miguel, I had Floyd all over all of them too, for sure, man. Morrell lost, get over it. Floyd, hey, Morrell lost, get over it. What's up, bro? Hadn't seen you in a minute. Canelo beat, Floyd beat Canelo easily. Yeah, he did. He sure did, man. Camacho and Duran would beat they were different styling fighters, man. Paulie Malignaggi just called Canelo a manufactured fighter. I saw that. That guy's just, I really wish Pac-Man fought Mayweather early, but I guess they couldn't work out a deal. Yeah. Pacquiao was undeniable. He fought Marquez twice in his prime, Morales and Barrera in their prime. No, you can't take nothing away from Pac-Man. I just wasn't a fan of Pacquiao. I didn't root against him either. It just, looking at styles inside the ring, man. Luis Gutierrez. What up, bro? Yeah, man. I don't think, who knows what's going to happen after this, bro? But I think that Berlanga is going to he might have to move up. Berlanga's a big boy, man. Jonathan, what up? Paul acts like Canelo took his side piece and not Broner. Yeah. I don't know what Paulie has against Canelo, man. It's funny, when the two met, he was like starstruck. I wonder how prime Sergio Martinez would do. Well, Sergio Martinez was a 160 guy, man, and he would have been hell for anybody at 160. Prime Canelo versus Prime Mayweather, that's too hard to call, Frank the Tank, because Canelo got in his prime at 160, 168, and it's just too much size for Mayweather. If you want to talk about pound for pound, no, it doesn't. Canelo's style doesn't lend itself good to Floyd, because he would try to outbox the boxer, and he's not going to counterpunch Floyd. Floyd, it was just so difficult to fight, man. So difficult to fight, man. I'd still pick Floyd, man. He was, Floyd was great, man. Floyd was great, man. If you've not, I think everyone here is around my age, maybe a little younger and older, so we all see what I'm talking about. But I always tell the young guys that didn't see Floyd in his day, I'm like, listen, go on YouTube and go watch just the Corrales fight. Just go watch the Diego Corrales fight. And people forget that Floyd was a dog inside that ring. Chop, chop, Corley, shut up and fight. Quit crying and fight. He was a dog, man. I know what you're talking about with them body shots, Anthony. The only problem is, bro, you got to land him, man. Chico was also a dog, absolutely. How about Prime Triple G versus Prime Canelo? We never seen that. I mean, at the time when Canelo fought him, that's when it was it, right? Immortal, what's going on, good sir? What's going on, good sir? I mean, there would have been some fights, man, to be made, like 135 Floyd versus any fighter today in that weight class. Let me just tell y'all something right now. Anybody that is from 35 to 47 right now, Floyd would have made them into cupcakes. Let me just say that, bro. Anybody 30 to 47, man. Oh my gosh, man. They're just different. I want to say different eras, man, but it's different mentalities, bro. Mayweather was hungry. He stayed hungry. Oh, that's Anthony. Good point. That's a dream matchup, man. At 130, Prime Floyd versus a Prime Loma. Ugh. Jason Velez is the greatest fighter of all time. Yo, Morel, how does your boy Benavidez do against Bivol if the two fight, bro? Do I think Floyd could have beaten Marvin Hagler? Hagler was pretty big, man. He said, stop it. Floyd cooks Loma easy. Oh, that Prime Loma was just something that we ain't never seen before, man. Those crazy angles. I'm here, I'm there, I'm here, I'm there. Ugh. It's kind of hard to call with Marvin Hagler, man. He's just so big, man. You got it 50-50. Hey, Morel, I got to give you credit, man. I expected you to say something wild, man, like David Benavidez is going to knock him out in the first 4 rounds or something. I give you credit, brother. Favorite division right now? What's our favorite division right now, fellas? That's a tough one, man. It's kind of everywhere right now. Do I got a favorite, though? I would say 68 is pretty exciting. 68 is exciting. Between 35 and 40 could be exciting. 47 is about to be exciting. Seen the video? Yeah, Martin, that's an older video, right? That's an older video. I wonder why that fight never happened. Apollo versus Clubber Lang. Yo, Christopher, you kind of surprised me for a minute, bro. I'm like, whoa! And I'm like, oh, okay, I get you. What do y'all think about a prime De La Hoya versus a prime Mayweather? 147. Prime. One of my good buddies, man. My man Billy. He's a really big De La Hoya fan, and he said that a prime De La Hoya would have beat a prime Floyd. I don't know what to say to that. Floyd lost to Castillo. I agree with you. I went on the first one, man. I agree. The first fight, I agree that Floyd lost that fight. I'm not mad at that. Anyway, fellas, man, I'm about to wrap it up, man. Your boy got a 5 a.m. shift tomorrow, man. You know, man, y'all got to send me some of these, man, and we could do whole lives on these, and we could just talk about one fight. What would have happened in a perfect scenario? Prime fighter, man. We'll definitely get to that on the next one, man. So thank you guys for stopping by, man. Thank y'all for chilling with me on a Friday night. No matter what you're doing, you stop by. I appreciate you guys, man. I got more content coming out tomorrow. Much love to y'all, and God bless you guys, man. Y'all have a good night. Peace, fellas.